Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about a new speculation that has been going around from other Star Wars communities and Star Wars fans out there, but as well as something that I have mentioned myself here on the channel multiple times throughout different update videos here regarding The Mandalorian and as well the Ahsoka show there as well. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. We do know that Sabine Wren is going to be in the Ahsoka show, as well as the rest of the Ghost crew from Star Wars Rebels, the animated show. I've also made a separate video here on the channel talking about how I believe The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to set up the Ahsoka show as well. You guys should also go check that video there out as well. However, in this video, I really wanted to talk more specifically about Sabine Wren and her appearance in The Mandalorian Season 3. I definitely do believe that we're going to be seeing Sabine Wren, and not just her, but the rest of the Ghost crew from Star Wars Rebels in The Mandalorian Season 3 for at least an episode centered mostly around them, and really all in that sense of an effort to really help introduce these characters for the Ahsoka show for those of the Star Wars fans that might not be as hardcore as some other Star Wars fans that have been through every piece of Star Wars media, reading books, comics, and watched all the animated shows type of thing, maybe more laid back and casual Star Wars fans, because what we are going to be getting here in 2023 is we're going to be having The Mandalorian Season 3 in February, or that's at least when it's due for in 2023, and after that we're going to have the Ahsoka show after a couple months later after that. The Ahsoka show is currently filming and in production as well. In this video, I really wanted to take a specific read there as well from an article coming from StarWarsNewsNet.com. They cover all types of other Star Wars related news, rumors, leaks, and all that type of stuff there as well, and in this case, more or less of a speculation. I'm also going to have their full article linked down in the description down below as well, and I highly recommend you guys check them out as well. As they read, first introduced in Star Wars Rebels, the character of Sabine Wren is about to make the jump to live action, as reported by Deadline in November of 2021, and now officially confirmed by Lucasfilm at Star Wars Celebration in May. She's going to be played by Natasha Liu Bordizzo, and she is also going to play a part in the Ahsoka series as well. However, there are a few hints that they could indicate that the character will be introduced to audiences a few months earlier when The Mandalorian Season 3 comes out in February of 2023. I also just want to throw it out there of how cool I think it is to kind of cover these types of rumors and leaks, as the article there had mentioned that this was being reported by Deadline back in November of 2021, and to see those kind of rumors and leaks actually become true and come to fruition there as well. It's something very cool, honestly, in my own thoughts and opinions, and that's what we talk about here on the channel, is all types of other Star Wars news, leaks, rumors, and theories here on the channel as well. So if you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button and join us here today, especially if you are into all of that. Story-wise, it makes complete sense, says the article. Sabine was the one that gifted the Darksaber to Bo-Katan in Star Wars Rebels, actually, before she ultimately led her to country to the Night of 1,000 Tears, and Mandalore to a Night of 1,000 Tears that we were to later see in flashbacks in the Book of Boba Fett. In The Mandalorian Season 2, she already showed a great deal of regret for deciding to accept the gift in that type of way and fashion. So revisiting that moment in the third season of The Mandalorian would line up perfectly and really give us a more in-depth and canon at that explanation of what went wrong there more specifically, and why she was so very not wanting to accept the Darksaber from the Mandalorian Din Djarin when she did it in Star Wars Rebels to Sabine Wren. And not just that, from the way that Season 2 ended of The Mandalorian, and from the trailer that was exclusively shown at Star Wars Celebration, something that hasn't been publicly officially released online, but of course, however, has actually leaked online. We do have it here on the channel, so go check that out as well. It's here linked down in the description down below for you guys to check out as well. We do know that Bo-Katan's ambition is to win the Darksaber back in combat, will play a major role in Season 3, and is something that she's really after. We also know that we are going to be getting a lot more of Mandalorians during this season here as well, and with Dave Filoni slowly bringing more of the animated characters from Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels that he created into the show and into the overall Mandalorian universe as well. It adds up. Ahsoka's episode in Season 2 of The Mandalorian will be looked at and back on as a backdoor pilot for Ahsoka, essentially, so it would make sense to have at least another setup for the spin-off show in the third season, which will end up just a few weeks before Ahsoka starts airing. In that kind of sense, essentially reintroducing these characters another time into live action, and with more of them. We're going to be probably getting the entirety of the Ghost crew in The Mandalorian Season 3 is something that I heavily believe on. There's also a matter of scheduling that supports this theory as well. The Mandalorian Season 3 reportedly started shooting on the week of September 20th, 2021. Deadline learned about it in the middle of production, posting the news 2 months after the camera started rolling on November 20th. But there is also evidence to support that the actress had been cast as Sabine Wren for a few months by then, and she's really kept it a secret, something that she's also revealed herself in recent interviews, something we've covered here on the channel as well. As the article continues to talk about, Natasha Liu revealed in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter that she got the call from her agents confirming that she got the part for The Mandalorian while shooting the movie Day Shift that's on Netflix. Interestingly enough, the actress said that her agents asked her to tell us, "Do you like The Mandalorian?" she was asked before giving her the news. There are obvious connections between The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, especially during this time period, so there is no case to be made based solely on this quote, but the pieces could potentially line up as well. According to Wikipedia, Day Shift was shot between April 19th and August 22nd, 2021, which means that by August 2022, Sabine Wren had already been cast at this point in time for the Mandalorian universe and the Mandoverse. Now, we all know that the role is obviously really big, and the actress would need a lot of physical training to get ready for it as well, so it's believed and understandable why they would be casting it so early in the process. But let's also remember that this happened 9 months ahead of cameras starting to roll for the Ahsoka show as well. A possible explanation here is that Deadline heard the news from the set of The Mandalorian Season 3, as opposed to being tipped by Natasha Liu's agents. If that was the case, it would have probably happened earlier. There is a counterpoint, though, that must be considered. 10 days before reporting on Sabine's casting, Deadline said that Ivana Sakano, the actress, had also been cast for the upcoming series as well, and a month earlier, The Hollywood Reporter revealed that Hayden Christensen would also be coming back as Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker in the show as well. A couple months later, news about Mary Elizabeth Winstein and Ray Stevenson would also come out. Ahsoka was reportedly originally going to start shooting in March this year, so casting the series in late 2021 made perfect sense as well. For that reason, it's possible that instead of hearing the news from the set of The Mandalorian, word about Natasha Liu, about her casting as Sabine Wren, just got out there in general in the casting process, even if Bordizzo had joined the series months earlier. Star Wars News Net personally believes that she's going to be in The Mandalorian, and so do I, unofficial Star Wars. I like presenting possible counterpoints because it makes the speculation more fun at that as well, but I think that it's still the fact that she was cast so in advance compared to the other actresses and actors that are going to be in the Ahsoka show as well is something that's very meaningful. Let's also remember that even if the movie wrapped mid-August for the Day Shift movie, they would call and could have happened in June, earlier, 2 months earlier at that. But at the end of the day, we've been theorizing about Sabine popping up in The Mandalorian Season 3 for such a long time, and with Dave Filoni so involved with the show as well as a producer, co-writer, and as well as a director for many episodes, why wouldn't he push for the inclusion of one of his favorite Mandalorians and characters that he created as such for Ahsoka as well, after he pushed the Ahsoka and possibly for Bo-Katan to make that jump from animation into live action and to really continue Ahsoka's story as well at that as well. From there, that's where the article wraps up there. As I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to have that full article linked down in the description down below for you guys to check out as well. It really gets into the nitty and gritty there, as I would really say here, opposing to talking about all types of like every little fine detail and speculation and fine little thread and knot in there, supposedly, so to call it, about Sabine and her casting here, narrowing it down to just about every fine detail and day of when everything happened in events and such as well. Also from different reveals of what Natasha Liu had also said here about her casting in Sabine Wren and really her overall experience as well, something that we have talked about in separate previous videos here on the channel as well. Essentially, all this is more confirmation for Sabine Wren to be making her debut as well as the rest of the Ghost crew from Star Wars Rebels to making their really, I guess, in person and live action appearances here in The Mandalorian Season 3 rather than having them in the Ahsoka show instead. Or, well, at least making their first live action appearance in The Mandalorian Season 3 instead of the Ahsoka show at first. So that all being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think here. What do you guys want to see here with The Mandalorian Season 3? What do you guys want to see here with Sabine Wren and her character? How do you guys want her to be developed as well? And what do you guys want to see here for the Ahsoka show? I'd absolutely love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help the channel. And check out Instagram on official Star Wars for more Star Wars related content, link down in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.